Spray, Jolly Party here. There's still time to grab an ice, cold, refreshing can of Coca-Cola.
Yes. Welcome back to City Extra Stream. I am Johnny Party, and I'm here with LB.
Yo!
We never introduce ourselves, do we?
We don't actually introduce ourselves. We just take it for granted that we have celebrities and people.
What do you mean you don't know who I am?
Welcome in, guys. How you doing? We've got another transfer stream for you here. I'm going to be focusing on Jude Bellingham. Maybe do a little bit of another timeline on this as well. But it's an interesting developments on this one. And there's a rumor going round, Brad. There's a rumor going round. So yeah, we're going to go through the rumors and see exactly what has been said and what the latest rumor is regarding Jude Bellingham. Obviously, you guys can see the title in it. Manchester City agree 125 million fee for Bellingham. Transfer rumor, which just for those people that don't understand what that means, it means it's just a rumor. You know what I mean? So don't be coming in, fucking losing your shit and saying this is fucking fake news.
I'm sick of these two fake news in me all the time. It's such bait.
It's just a rumor. Define rumor, bro. Google define a currently circulating story or report of uncertain or doubtful truth. So that's what it means, just in case you don't understand what rumor means. But glad we got that cleared out the way. Big up Patrick for the 30 months. Says, yes, boys, looking good. Where's the time gone? JP, is the bakery back open?
I guess kind of this is bakery news, isn't it? The transfer rooms are cooking now. So the bakery is open, Patrick.
Yeah.
Some fresh bread.
Hey, there you go.
Time to get on the hill, innit? Patrick was willing to die on that on the hill for Erling Haaland. So time to re-up it.
Well, let's get into it then. Exactly what is going on? What is the reason for this stream? Well, the reason is, in fact, before we get in, make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. However, some of you guys may be familiar, and some of you won't be familiar, with a certain human being named Tommy's Hairdo on the Blue Moon Forum. Now, this person claims that they're kind of in the know, and they've got a lot of stuff right in the past, and therefore, I think they've got like at least a fine hair of credibility, right? They're not David Ornstein, right? But they have some credibility in the bank, yeah. And Tommy's Hairdo is claiming that Manchester City have a deal with Borussia Dortmund, and it's going to cost £125 million for Liverpool to match the bid. So it's they're saying that Manchester City have agreed a £125 million fee with Borussia Dortmund for Jude Bellingham, and it's now up to Liverpool to see whether or not they're going to match that deal.
Well, a while ago, he did the same thing that he did with Erling Haaland when Erling Haaland said yes to Manchester City. He did the same thing about Jude Bellingham as well. We did a stream on it back then as well. So that's the situation at the moment. Like now, first we found out that he said yeah. Then we found out the price that's there, because clearly it's £125 million, and Liverpool would have to match that, which is a lot. So yeah, there's he's being consistent in the news that he's giving out about it. Do you know what I mean? Like he's consistently giving out news on this, and as well, he does keep backing it. He keeps backing it like all the time. So he's willing to put his reputation on the line again, as he did with Erling Haaland for this. So it's an interesting one.
Yeah, for sure. And Jude Bellingham, obviously, the last time we did a Jude Bellingham stream, I think we both ended the stream not feeling the most confident in the world, based on the latest reports. Obviously, we all know Grizz Khan, big Liverpool fan, on the Big Six, got his own YouTube channel. He's very confident that Liverpool are going to sign Bellingham. But Tommy's saying City have agreed the fee now. It's now up to Liverpool. Are Liverpool going to match? The way I kind of see this, what I'm sort of, the vibe I'm getting from this, I don't know if you agree with this, bro, is that I believe that he said yes to City, but the vibe I'm getting is if Liverpool match the bid or put an acceptable bid in to Borussia Dortmund, he preferred Liverpool. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
I get that vibe.
The vibe I'm getting is that he has said yes to City. I will come to you, but if Liverpool agree a deal with Dortmund and agree a deal with me personally, I'm then going to go to Liverpool.
Yeah,
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
I feel like Liverpool is preferred destination. However, he wouldn't mind joining City if the offer doesn't come in from Liverpool. That's kind of like where I'm at with it.
That's where I'm at with it as well. 100%. We'll get into the timeline. Let's do a timeline of exactly what's being said right here. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So first of all, let's have a look, see what people are saying. Liverpool with less cash if they don't qualify for Champions League. Well, of course, I think that's another big thing. Are Liverpool going to qualify for the Champions League?
I feel like the top four thing could be a big part to play in this.
Well, it's twofold, because one, does he want to play for a team that's not in the Champions League? And two, will they be able to afford him if they're not in the Champions League? So it's like two things there. Yeah,
and obviously the fact that they're not selling means that there's just this thing of it. I don't see them spending 125 million. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong, and they could be like, "Yeah, we're just going to full send it."
Yeah. No, it's certainly interesting.
But I just don't know yet. I don't know if Liverpool are going to jump into that, or if the owner wants to jump into a £125 million deal. But obviously there are Liverpool fans who are confident though, so maybe it is a thing. But like I say, they're being a bit inconsistent at this moment in time, and if they drop even more cash by not getting into European spots, then it's looking even less likely that they'll spend that money.
Agreed. It's very, very, and that top four battle is hotting up. And this week it took a massive turn in favour of Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, you look at Newcastle. Technically, if they win their games in hand, then they're chilling. But points on the board, as they say, is better than games in hand. And Tottenham with a massive win this weekend. Liverpool dropping points there. They've been on a good run, Liverpool. And it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens with this. But let's have a look at a bit of a timeline then. Let's go through a little bit of a timeline. I mean, there's not really much more news coming out since last time, so I'm not going to go right to the start. I'm just going to go through like the last 2 or 3 weeks. And we'll start on February 25th. And this is David Ornstein, who obviously we all know is a very, very highly rated source, very accurate. And David Ornstein broke this news with Mario Cortanega and Raphael Honigstein. And he said Manchester City are not believed to be the favourites for Bellingham, but are certainly interested in him. Some in the industry feel Bellingham currently prefers Liverpool, as he will be a better fit stylistically for Jurgen Klopp's team. And it's interesting, obviously, because we both think that as well, not necessarily due to the stylistic thing, but we both kind of feel that he favours Liverpool. Obviously, we know his family's a Liverpool fan, and I don't think that'll influence him too much, but I think that I get the impression, based on the rumours going around, that he favours Liverpool slightly, which is what David Ornstein says as well.
Yeah, I think that's where we kind of left off last time as well, around feeling that he would favour that Liverpool move. But yeah, I mean, you don't always get that kind of move, and your career path can go down a different route. And
Correct.
Correct. As much as right now that's what he want. I think if the Liverpool move weren't there and City were in for him, I think he'd jump at the opportunity still.
I agree, and that's why I think he said yes to City. I think, like I say, the impression that I get is that he's basically said yes to City. City have said, "Would you sign for us?" And he said, "Yes, I will." But if Liverpool come for me, I want to go Liverpool. That's the impression I'm getting, and that's obviously what he's saying.
Yeah, I get it exactly.
By the way, and I don't have a problem with that. If he signs for City, the Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, he wanted to play for Liverpool," and what, you didn't actually sign him, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, interested. The Athletic then reported on the same day that Borussia Dortmund have consistently made it clear that they want 150 million euros. 150 million euros. For Jude Bellingham. Now, that's 132 million quid. Apparently, the deal that's been agreed between Manchester City and Dortmund is 125 mil. That's obviously very close to that. So that's kind of consistent with the reports. Yeah. The report said 132 million. Tommy is saying 125 million. Pretty consistent. So, again, that kind of matches up as well.
Yeah, which is good. Good seeing that kind of you get like the ball. Let's say if the figures were different, like varying like from loads of different things, then you'd be a bit like, well, something ain't right. Someone's got the wrong end of the stick. However, with the figures being as close as what the eye, you can kind of see that being the right kind of area, really. But then, is this like a more of a Harry Kane driller? Like they basically, Jude's agent has said you can get him for 125 million, and then City have gone, yeah, we'll pay that. But then Dortmund will go, no, actually, we want more than that.
I see that. The reason I don't think that'll be the case is he's got 2 years left on his contract. I think Dortmund know that there's clearly he's going to leave. He's going to leave Dortmund. With Levy, I think Levy kind of knew, well, if City don't pay for him, then he's going to stay at Tottenham for the next 2 or 3 years. Right? He's been there 2 years now because he was there last season. He's been there this season. Obviously, he's still got a year left at the end of this season. With Dortmund, he's only got 2 years left on a deal. I don't think they're in a strong enough position to be as strong as Levy. I think if he had 3 or 4 years left on his deal, I think that might be right. Yeah. But with him only having 2 years left on the deal, there's only so much that they can push this before clubs will go, fuck it, we'll come back for him next year with a year left on his deal. And the price will be 100 million. So, yeah, it's a good point, though. It's a good point. But I personally don't see that be the case. March the 1st, Fabrizio Romano, Manchester City are busy working on a Jude Bellingham deal. That's March the 1st. On the same day, Graham Bailey said Manchester City are seriously considering Declan Rice as part of a possible deal. Their interest in Jude Bellingham would not mean one or the other. They could sign both. On March the 6th, Matteo Moretto said Pep Guardiola loves Bellingham's qualities, while Erling Haaland is pushing Manchester City to sign Jude Bellingham this summer as well. The player valued at 150 million quid. So again, we're getting 150 million pounds, 150 million euros as the transfer fee. And then there's a lot then just about Rice. To be honest, the rest is pretty standard.
Yeah, because we got a lot of Rice kind of links in there. Now, Tommy did say as well that the Rice situation is from Rice's agent side, like pushing it towards City rather than the other way around. Just to see the situation, and he will be someone that City do look at 100%. They will have that name on a list because the thing is, we can't put all our eggs in one basket. We can't do that, especially with the midfielder. If we lose Gundogan and Bellingham, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Not so Gundogan and Bernardo. You can't put all your eggs in one basket in Bellingham and just beg that he comes. Because if he decides to go somewhere else, that he's going to leave you in the shit. You need to be strategic. Keep all your options open. Make sure you explore other deals as well, just in case the Bellingham deal doesn't go right. And then you can go for someone like say that you did want to go for a Declan Rice kind of thing, even though it seems like a different kind of position. But like a Declan Rice or someone else, like a Maddison. So I feel like City, if it's City just like putting the groundwork in now, and then like you've said many a time, bro, around this time a year is when clubs start to put in the groundwork on deals, because when it comes to summer, you don't want to waste all that time in summer when you could have been doing that previously. Because you ideally, especially City, we know City like to sign our players before pre-season, so they can have a full seat pre-season with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
So Bellingham will be one that we will try and get done as soon as possible.
And on the flip side, Dortmund will also want it done soon.
Yes.
Dortmund know that they're going to lose Bellingham. Whether it be this season or next season or the season after on a free transfer, they're going to lose Jude Bellingham in the next year, whether it be this summer or the summer after. So they would kind of want to know what's going on. They kind of want the deal done soon so they can go, okay. Because look, if they know that the deal's done this summer, so if they've got City saying, right, okay, we are selling you to Manchester City. If Liverpool come in and match the fee, then we'll say to Liverpool, we don't really care. We are selling that. Now they can start now in March. The season doesn't start till August, and they've now got 3 or 4 months to get this deal done for their replacement. They don't want to be dragging it out to the last 2-3 weeks of the transfer window, selling him for 125 million, and then with 2 weeks to go, having to sign a replacement and go, and everyone knows they've got 125 million quid, which is what happened to Barcelona when they sold Neymar to PSG. Ironically, signed Ousmane Dembele from Dortmund, and Dortmund were like, we know you got 250 million, we want 125 million for Dembele. So they want the deal done soon as well. And that's why I've been pretty confident for the last couple of months in that February, March will be when the transfer rumours pop off. And we've started getting these rumours coming out. We know Bellingham is looking to leave. We know he probably favours the Premier League slightly. It's just a case of, will City or Liverpool agree a deal? The rumours today is that Manchester City have agreed a fee and therefore likely have agreed something in principle with Bellingham. It's just a case of, what will Liverpool do? Can Liverpool respond to this?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is Liverpool now going to, like, basically, if this rumor is true, and everything is right, what's Liverpool's next move there? Like, because they will have to match that 125 mil, because Dortmund look at it from a cash perspective. So basically, Dortmund look at it and go, look, and if he has basically agreed a deal with Bellingham, then so obviously talks between if City have agreed a deal with Bellingham, the talks between the club and Bellingham have happened. So Bellingham is open to the idea, and he's also said yes to City previously, as we found out through Tommy as well. So he said yes, and we've agreed a fee. So it's basically up to Liverpool. They literally have to pay that cash, because if they don't, Dortmund will just sell to us instead. And Bellingham has already just been like, yeah, okay then, well, Liverpool won't pay the money for me. So that's a situation that they find themselves in. So basically, it's the ball's in Liverpool's court. It's their move.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, it's going to be an interesting one. Are City going to get this deal over the line for Jude Bellingham? Rumours coming out again, just for people that have just joined us. Tommy's hairdo on the Blue Moon Forum, who's a pretty decent source, I would say. For if you class like the non-sources, so non-journalists, this guy's probably as good as you can get in terms of like actual ITKs, in my opinion. And he's saying that City have agreed this fee. It's now up to Liverpool to respond. We will see. Are City going to get this deal over the line? I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for this, because this is big. But yeah, again, people in the chat may be questioning the source, but you know, he's got a lot of stuff right in the past. He was the first person to break Erling Haaland. He broke that well early.
Like,
and he goes in, he doesn't just say, "Oh, I think we're signing him." He's like, "Yeah, we're fucking signing him," and he got that one spot on. Yeah. He's not said we're going to sign Jude Bellingham. All he said is we've agreed a fee. It's now up to Liverpool to match that.
Oh, he's got KDB as well under his belt. He told everyone about the KDB move as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's mad. And I've been told personally off a source that the deal is looking good on the City's point of view from Bellingham as well. So we'll just have to see what happens with this one. But yeah, that's your latest on Jude Bellingham. Manchester City have apparently agreed a £125 million deal with Borussia Dortmund for Jude Bellingham. Is it real? Is it not? Are Liverpool going to match it? Are Liverpool not going to match it? It's a lot of money. They'll have to absolutely smash their record.
Cash,
their record, what, 80 million for Nunez?
Yeah,
or like Van Dijk. So they have to go way over that. You know what I mean? They're looking at.
I guess one way that they could approach it is if Dortmund were willing to do like installments. Then would Dortmund just not want the cash and just sell to us anyway? Just be like, well, they're offering it right now up front.
Yeah, well, again, this is where all the negotiations come into it, innit, and all that kind of shit. So
Yeah, tech as Dave. There's a Liverpool in the nose saying the deal is done. I guess we'd have to wait. Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Liverpool in the nose saying the deal is done. Are in the nose saying the deal is done. It's just where it lies, innit?
the big question for me about Liverpool is: are they going to spend 125 million pounds on one player?
That was my question. That was my thing. I just will he send? Will they full send 125 million pound?
Yeah,
I just don't know. I don't know in it. Like, and we'll only find out. But they've got to now. They've got to. It's the only way to get him.
yeah.
But we need two midfielders, yeah. And obviously it's cash money. It is cash money. Do you know what I mean? But we have been selling a lot in the last 2 years, so we have got a good leeway at this moment in time. However, Liverpool's midfield is arse. That needs work.
Needs work.
So to go and just spend 125 million up front on one player. Now, does just Jude Bellingham fix that Liverpool midfield?
You know what? I've got a little bit of a thought here. I think if Ilkay Gundogan signs a contract before the end of the season, I think that makes me more confident that we'll sign Jude Bellingham for the reasons that you've just said.
Because we can full send one midfield signing. 125 million on one player, and then Gundo's the rotation.
And then you say, okay, Gundogan, we'll give you that 2-year contract because we've just got Jude Bellingham in. Whereas if they sign Jude Bellingham for 125 million, they're then going to have to go out and sign another midfielder at probably 50 to 60 million. Are they really going to want to spend 180, 190 million pounds on midfielders, one of which will be on the bench? Or will they just go, you know what, let's get Bellingham in. We've got Jude Bellingham, KDB, Perone, Gundogan, Foden can play there, Grealish can play there. There's no need. Let's just get Gundogan. Okay, yeah, he's 32, 33. He's getting on. But I just have that little prediction. If Ilkay Gundogan signs for Manchester City before the end of the season, a new deal, I think that tells me that City maybe are confident, because if he doesn't, they've got to get two. And I just don't. I know City have got cash, and I predict we'll spend a lot of money this summer. But are they going to spend 180 million quid on two midfielders?
And just your midfielders.
One of which will be benched. I don't know.
Because then you're looking at, we've still got to sign a centre back, with Laporte looking likely to be leaving because he's unhappy at this moment in time. And then obviously the rumour is Guardiola, which would be £100 million. That's an extra £100 million on the top. And then if you want to get a left back in, more cash. Extra like 40, 50 mil there. So it's a strange one. It is a strange one. I kind of back that. If Gundogan stays, then it's more likely to be Bellingham. Because if Gundogan doesn't stay, then you're looking at, we need two midfielders in it. So it's cash. It's going to be cash for both.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's an interesting one, that. Benno with a 2 says, Poole haven't got the funds on the Jim Beam. Jude is a blue.
Well, this is a big question about Liverpool. Do they have the money? And is it even worth it for them to spend 125 million? Because, as you said, bro, their midfield needs work. Jude Bellingham coming in is not going to make them suddenly start challenging for titles and European Cups again. I think they need a lot of money spent on it. Do they have the money? Would they not be best off buying two midfielders at 125 million pounds, 60 million pound a piece, rather than getting one at 125 million? I don't know. So it's certainly interesting, and you know, I'm not fully familiar with what's going on at Liverpool with their cash.
Yeah, same.
The sort of impression that I get from their money situation is that they don't have a lot.
Or they don't want to spend a lot.
Oh, they don't want to spend a lot. Yeah, for sure. Either one.
Yeah, that's basically, this is where it all lies. It all lies in Liverpool's decisions. It's just whether they full send or don't full send. Now, obviously, the fans are willing it to happen. It's a transfer that City fans want, Liverpool fans want, Real Madrid fans want. Now, because it's all right us agreeing a fee and him saying yes to us, but that doesn't mean he can't say yes to Real Madrid or yes to Liverpool. And it's just about the teams agreeing the fee then. And obviously, like City kind of just jumped in first, agreed the fee. Now, the ball's in their court. So we just got to wait and see.
Yeah, no.
Because I think if they, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if they match it, I reckon it goes to Liverpool.
Yeah. And I think most people agree. I think a lot of people in the chat probably think that as well. In that, I don't think there'll be too many people disagreeing with that. I think most people are at that opinion that if Liverpool give the money to Dortmund that they want and give the money to Jude Bellingham that he wants, he'll probably end up going to Liverpool. I don't think there'll be too many. There will be some people that disagree with it, but I don't think there'll be too many people that disagree with that. And again, I don't have a problem with it. If Liverpool fans want to warn me if he signs for City, say, he wanted to come to Liverpool, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, he didn't go to Liverpool.
He came to us, innit? So.
But that's, I'm grown up enough to understand sometimes as people don't go where they want, but they end up having to go somewhere because it's a step up from Dortmund. Big up Alinea with a 2, says Ryan Nori at left back. As a player that we've been linked with many times.
Many times.
Me personally, I don't think City will go for him, because I think if they would have going to pay the money for him, I think they would have paid the money for Cucurella, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think pretty wild, and he's very, very attacking. I'm not sure on his defensive abilities and that, but he's very good going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure on his defensive abilities. Last time I seen him play for Wolves, he was playing like a winger, not like a fullback. But then
plays like pretty advanced, doesn't he?
Yeah. But that just reminds me of Sergio Gomez, and I've kind of got like PTSD about that now. So I'm hoping we have a bit more defensively sound left back if we do even sign a left back. Gvardiol just might be it. They might be going, right, well, Gvardiol can play left back / centre back, and so can Ake. So there you go. You got 2 birds, 1 stone.
It's very possible that we don't even sign a left back.
Yeah, because the cash of Gvardiol is like £100 million. They might be thinking, well, £100 million, but we're getting 2 players in one here because he can play in both positions. So they might be thinking that's worth it for them.
Yeah, well, very interesting. We'll probably do a Chilwell stream tomorrow, so make sure you join us for that one, and we'll talk a lot more about left back situation in tomorrow's stream. But yeah, there's your latest news. Manchester City reportedly have agreed a deal with £125 million for Bellingham. It's now up to Liverpool. Will Liverpool match that deal? This is going to keep going and going until we find out the interesting information on this one. But for me, keep your eye on Gundogan. I think if Gundogan signs a new Manchester City contract, I think that could be really positive news for Manchester City in their pursuit of Jude Bellingham. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it. We're 1 like away from 300. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Hit that notification bell if you've not done so already. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and guys, we'll see you in the next one. See you later.
See you bits.